What's up, man? I'm just trying to make sure all my stuff is working properly. For some... Hey guys, give me a minute. For some reason, I had like 2 lives selected, so not really sure what was going on with that. I just need to make sure I don't have any static in my headset. Oh, all right. Good morning, Nick. How's the mountains going? Yeah, I'm not really sure what caused that while ago with making. I had 2 lives set up for some reason. It's done that once before. I'm not really sure how I did that. Yeah, some reason at Trader G, I had like 2 live streams set up, so that's why it wasn't showing. It was trying to connect to the other one. So, not really sure how that happened, but I had to just go delete the one that you were on and select the right one. So, I think we're good now. Now, Nick, are you trading today or are you enjoying the mountains today? Good morning, Clarity. I also tried to clean up the charts for today so there's not all the lines and stuff. And this way we can just look at a clean chart and I'll just use most of all my messy charts off to the side. This way it doesn't look so messy whenever you guys are looking at it. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Sweet. All right, it should be good now. Okay. So, Nick, the mountains that you're visiting, are those kind of like a tourist area, or is that just kind of off the map type mountains? Uh, Let me add the opening 15-minute range. I kind of like that one. So we did have some 3-star news. I know you guys are usually up trading early. So we had the initial job claims here in the U.S. Oh, ooh, I feel like I'm running behind today. We also have this one indicator to the left that kind of gives us our news. We have a news at 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. today. I don't know. I don't did. Do you guys know if we ever filled those opening week gaps? Man, I was like bearish yesterday, and it just never happened. Let's. Did we ever? I guess we. When was this? That was this last night. Um, See, we still have equal lows down low, and maybe we did fill that gap. We pushed back far enough to get it. Let's see. Yeah, we have some equal highs here at the 260s. We have this huge gap back to the downside, back to the 1840s, so could easily pull back 50 points this morning. That's on the. Oh, I guess I thought I was on the 1 hour. That's a 30-minute. What do we got? 5 minutes still. All right. Let's see. Got a 1 hour gap there. Looks like we filled that in. Mhm. Went through that range. Wow, Trader G, you're already long for the day. Sweet. Oh, trust me, none of us are always right in trading. We just hope we're right 80% of the time. You only got to be right 70, 80% of the time to be you know, on the good side, on the green. Especially if you're just doing one for one. But I've seen you in some pretty long trades this week, so I'm the opposite. I join in late. That was one of my biggest things. Like join it, like you see the move happening, but you just can't push the clicker. And time you push the clicker, you're at the top of the range. Those are that's the kind of trader I am. I think it might actually be a little better to be in early. You know what? I've never really had a lot of luck trading the pre-market. Whenever I've tried to trade the pre-market, it seems like I get stuck in a trade. And then I'm over here, praying to the trader gods to get me back to break even or at least just get me out of it without a huge loss. So I try to hold back on those temptations of jumping in pre-market, even though technically it's your market since it's, the London market. We do have some three-star news today at 12 o'clock. This is in Central Time here to the left of me, up in the left hand corner. This is a news indicator that Tom, one of the other subscribers that sometimes is in here, and it kind of just, more or less a mental note saying, hey, we got news this morning. One minute. Trader G, you already got your trade in, though. Clarity, are you still in the chat? How are you doing today? Well, at least we do have this 3 minute gap below us. So I think we are going to hold. I think once you get a low this 160 or this area is maybe that's when we would probably move lower. But as long as this holds up, I think we should move higher. Bull flagging. They said the dollar's pulling back, so that's a good sign for the NASDAQ to move higher. We're probably not going to be looking for a trade for the first 15 minutes. And I'm not a fan of this gap here either, just because we're heading back into the VWAP here. And we'll be taking this trade on our Apex eval. Then after that's when we'll switch over to our funded and try to look for a few trades there too. No problem. Really not a lot of volume this morning. Let's just. So if you are joining us, if you're just kind of looking at my chart setup, we cleaned it up a little bit. I got most of my other levels off to the side. And this is a cloud indicator that I have on Ninja. And if you like it, it's free in the Discord. The dotted line is the VWAP line, and the blue line is our 200 moving average. We just try to keep it super simple today, or moving forward, hopefully. Good morning. Oh, got no setups for the first 2 hours. Yeah, we're going to try to be a little bit patient. Sometimes during these weeks, I do overtrade too much. And sometimes streaming it, if you ever stream, that'll kind of do it to you just because you're sitting here staring at the charts and you get kind of FOMO. All right, that's kind of like a 3-candle pullback system. Got you 3-candle pullback, and maybe look for a long. Maybe this is where we're going to finally move up. Let's see. I may jump in there with you, Trader G. Man, come on, hold up. Hopefully it's just going to fill in this this gap. then maybe that's when we'll get our move up there for you, Trader G. We do have this big 1 minute gap here that, the market likes to come back and fill in those gaps. And I think that was from the initial job claims this morning. Yeah, we're still actually just trapped between, just like yesterday. Remember yesterday's Trader G where we were trapped between the 209 and the 13? I mean, we're pretty much in the same area as yesterday. We were stuck in that 4 point range for hours yesterday. So just be careful of the chop. This is a power buildup here. So I think we still got some hope on our side as far as the longs go because the dollar is still selling off. All right. We filled in that gap, so maybe this is going to be the bounce trader. Yeah, I think my daughter gave me a head cold. So if you hear me kind of sniffing a lot, it's because my sinuses are running. And sorry about that. So we're going to need this VWAP in the 200 to hold for us to move back higher. And we still got the 208 on the ES down there too as some support. So this is somewhat of a 1 minute gap trade that sometimes I do take, but what would keep me out of this trade probably is because the first internal swing is right there below it. So I wouldn't probably take it. Not saying it won't work, but that's what reason why I wouldn't take it. And plus you got the ES is kind of at the VWAP right now, and you get a lot of reaction at that VWAP on the ES. We're going to probably follow Nick on this one this morning and just kind of be patient and hopefully wait on some better setups. We're going to just get rid of that because we're not going to take that. All right. Let me try unplugging it and plugging it back in. Just checking for a little static. Okay. I don't really hear nothing on my end yet. All right. So far, really no. Trader G, what was your stop loss on that? Or where were you long from? Oh, so you were up 40. I guess you were up 40. Well, did you take any of your profit when you were up 40 handles? Oh, good morning, Laura. This is a pretty big 15-minute range. We're looking at what? Almost 80 handles. So this will be our first level on the 1 hour here down at the 180s. What do you think? Maybe we're heading to the session lows down to the 100s. Previous session lows from yesterday was down at the 073 from yesterday. Pretty much about where this line's at. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't know if I got my too high there. Okay. Does that sound any better? I just reset the amp. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Thank you. You too. I know. I almost wish we would have got the pullback on this. Yeah, if you guys hear any static, just let me know. Saying, hey, we got some static. Have a hard time hearing you. So we are, selling below this 15-minute. Most of the time we break this 15-minute, we'll continue selling off. Might just have to wait till we find the bottom, then look for a move back up. I feel like that'll probably be the safer. What is the YM trader? I don't know if I know what that is. At least I don't know the abbreviations. Dow Jones. Okay. So I've never really watched the Dow Jones. How does it correlate with the like NASDAQ and ES? Do they all follow one another for most part? Oh, okay. All right. The ES is finally pushing. Yeah, we're definitely kind of just stuck in some weird ranges right now. It's so hard to take trades with the ES just like stuck. So this is a possible short down here. The only downside is it is close to the bottom of the leg. Then the challenges that you'll be facing to take a long here is the VWAP in the 200. Uh, no hurries, no hurries. Yeah, definitely don't have any volume at this moment. You're definitely right about the ES being pretty weak right now. So we would have to wait for another candle to print because this candle is still inside this gap. I would much rather see this gap hold and for us to push back down. Then this would be kind of like your A setup. The only downside is you're on the bottom end of the leg, but I feel like we have definitely some down room to push. Wow. It's like we just ran into the wall right at that line. There we go. Finally breaking out a little bit. And I don't even know how comfortable I am taking this, just the fact that our volume is super low right now. Wow. That is tough. Holy goodness. So kind of where we're stuck at now is on the previous session open on the ES. This is where the ES opened at yesterday. All right, finally getting through that thing. Yeah, I really wanted to take this trade, but God, there's just no, it's so weak looking. The VWAP's here, the 200's here, the cloud's kind of turning red. Oh, that's why he was over there sweating. I was wondering why you were sweating that trade so much. I don't know if Methodical Man's listen. He had 4 P8s going on there. Ooh. No. I don't know if you watch Methodical Man, but I think I overheard him say he had 4 PAs, which, 4 funded accounts, and probably had like 2 or 3 minis on that. He had a lot on the table over there. Good morning, Camera. Sorry if I sound a little bit my voice probably sounds a little different today. I think my daughter gave me a head cold. I was confused why I even got a head cold because usually I'm not around nobody. I stay home all the time, pretty much. Then my wife told me that. We'll still hold on to that one. So far, we're just grinding. Yeah, see, I don't ever take trades off the E. Like, I don't ever, I guess, submit any trades. All right, so we did break that swing. We got the previous session high sitting in the 218, so we should at least get up there on the ES. Damn. I was hoping for a little entry right there, but we pulled back too far. All right, let's see what happens here. Yeah, I wouldn't mind looking for a long right here. Let me just see what happens on this next printed candle. Let's make sure we don't get like a huge pullback. What the heck? Oh no, I was on the wrong dang. All right. All right. All right. I had to switch over real quick. I was on the all right. I was on the regular NQ. Wow, that was quick. That was nice. Sorry I wasn't able to call it out a little bit more. It just happened so fast because I had to switch over real quick because I was on my wrong. What do you want to call it? I was on the NQ and not the MNQ. So what we did is I waited for this candle to print above here, then waited for a new candle. I kind of hesitate a little bit because I want to make sure this candle doesn't pull back on me as soon as I jump in. So I like to see a little green before we jump in. Uh, all right, so we'll look for a second trade. We only made $60 off that trade, so it's not like it's a whole bunch. I like to at least find 2 or 3 trades. That way we at least make $100 to $200 a day. Maybe this will be our pullback to move higher right here. What'd you say, trader? We got 250 looks like the next, I guess, support our supply. So in total, 250. So in total, we got 10 points off that last trade, but I had my contracts just kind of broke down into just different levels where they just sell off at different levels to kind of get risk off the table. All right. We still got a gap back down at the bottom also. Maybe look for a short below the VWAP. I don't know. Oh, you're talking about the mic is staticky again? Just checking the mic. Oh. Oh, reset. Okay. I have an old account with him. What's the code? Do you know the code? Let's see. Thank you, Nick. All right, there's the first target. Second target, we should be at a free trade. Should be able to take it back up to the high. I think we're down to 5 micros. We already sold 2 of them off. Ooh, it looks like we're going to probably all right, so we might have to lose some of our profits on this one. All right, so it should close us out here. But, all right. So that's going to put us down 126 on this eval here. Whew. It's like we're just selling right back off. Yeah, I was definitely feel like we were going to push up and make some new highs on that one. Oh, excuse me. Man, it's like, do we take that trade a second time? Man, it's just uh, looks like we're moving back to the bottom of that 15-minute gap. Man. Uh, Methodical man, Alpine's playing nutty. So this gap is holding up. You could possibly take a short here, but the only problem that I don't like about it is we're at the bottom of the leg. Are you still out of your trades, Trader G? Small runner for a move back up. Yeah, Bulenox has got some pretty good deals going on now with their end of day drawdown counts. They're 90% off. I plan on signing up for a few more evals by the 13th. That's when the sale ends. This was one of the 1 minute I took earlier, and it was a fail. Good deal, man. Yeah. If you like Top Steps, Bulenox has got one just like that Top Step, the end of day drawdown counts for $17. Yeah, I've been trying to do prop firm information videos because there people constantly ask about prop firms and what programs they offer and what information about them. At least the important stuff. I don't cover everything. That's kind of what I was seeing by the information. You can have 11, it says you can have 11 funded accounts, but what I kind of got from that is you're only allowed to trade three at one time. It might just have to be something where maybe just go to the Bulenox homepage and go to the Go Help and look that up. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding it. But you can have 11 funded accounts. Well, it looks like that one gap's kind of holding us up. Yeah, you don't want to have too many funded accounts. I mean, we're making lower highs. I would think we maybe push down.
Order filled. Stop filled. Order filled.
Wow, maybe this is finally the breakout. Yes, please.
Order filled. Order filled.
Oh shoot, I don't know.
Target filled.
Wow, this may be the second time this has failed up here.
filled. Target filled.
Man, it's been battling all morning to move up higher.
Target filled.
What'd you say your target was earlier? 230s? Oh, 250s. That was 250s.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Target filled.
Wow, there it goes for real now. Good call out there, trader. All right, we got, yep. Well, we got our next pivot sitting up at the 230s. Let's see if we can get a nice little pullback. Maybe find another entry. Trying to make it where you guys can see those numbers. Oh. Yeah, as soon as you said it has to hurry up, it just shot up. Maybe that's our pullback right there. I at least like to see 2 or 3 candle pullback. There we go. A little bit deeper pullback. Not much, but a little bit. See if we can find our next entry. So this one gap did end up being a winner. So now what you want to do is just look for a single leg with a single imbalance gap in it. Don't really have nothing right now. It's just these are also huge gaps. Trader, you still holding your trade? Okay. Let's see if we can get. Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I'm glad everybody was able to get some victories today. We may jump in on just a few micros. Man, this cloud changed at the right moment as we started shooting up. Good deal, man. Is that your first Bulinox account? Okay. I guess next week we'll have to try to trade the fundeds together maybe when you get funded because I'm down about $180 on my funded account. I kind of did one of those crypto panda trades off to the side. Maybe I'll have to try that because I do have a copy trader with Apex, so might have to use the same technical. Okay. Yeah, the one I used with Apex, it was just a one-time cost. I think it was 150. I have it over here. Let's see. Let's see. This is what theirs looks like. Top Steps is free. Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know that either. Maybe I can trade my Sim account with my Apex account. That way, I definitely feel like there's no risk on the table. Oof. I got busted earlier taking one of these trades so far at the top. I just don't like how far it's up the leg. See, you only got like 9 points to work with, so it just makes it more high risk. Doesn't mean it's not going to work, it's just high risk. So these are a type of trades, some of these high risk trades that I'll switch over to my sim account and just kind of take practice trades with them just to see if they'll work out. So you would enter right here on this. See, you'll pretty much already be taking drawdown. See. Got another gap here too that we can look for short. And the only thing about this one is your first internal swing is not very high, because you're supposed to go break even at this internal swing. So you're going to have less than 10 points to work with. All right. So you do have some equal highs sitting up there. So if you did take this trade, you would just kind of be in a battle with that the top of that swing. Or if you're someone who likes to do the trend line breaks where you get a pull back, draw your trend line, and take your trade off the trend line. So let's see where you would have entered for here. Yeah, so you'd entered about the 205. So yeah, it would have been mostly a winning trade. You would have had most of your contracts sold off if you were using pretty much the same setup I'm using, as far as selling off at 2 and 5. Then the last one sells off at 10. But most of these trades have not been like, hadn't been easy trades. I did have the one easy one, the first one I took this morning, where it was just in and out, less than 10 seconds. The second one I took a loser on, Then the third one I took a loss. Oh, no problem, Trader G. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's always nice to have someone here chatting. I'll have to talk to Methodical Man. I know we may be doing a joint stream tomorrow for a little bit. I'm just not sure what time yet. Awesome. So we might have a little room to push up. There's a pivot sitting at the 234s on the ES. So, most of these pivots always like to get touched. Oh, let me add another stream over here. Uh-oh. Top step. So it did leave equal high sitting at the 225. So I would think this would be a nice little pullback for us to go back up there and take out those equal highs. Might take a little quick 2 micro scalp up here.
Order filled.
We won't risk much. We just put it, about 20 or 30 bucks. I cannot remember if I sell 1 for 1. So far on our one account, we're up 224, and my sim account, which I switched over earlier and took a trade because it was a little bit on the high risk side, we're up 68. If I'm not mistaken, I should sell. One is supposed to sell off here, then the other is supposed to be a runner. At least I hope it's like that. It won't. It won't let me check it while I'm in a trade. So it looks like we're probably not going to push back up to get those equal highs.
Target filled.
Okay. Yep. Let me fix that real quick. So I missed out on some points there, or a little bit of money because I didn't have my ATM strategy set up correctly. Uh, we kind of got this yesterday about this same time. I want to say it was around 11 o'clock where we hit that 11 o'clock hour. We just kind of went into consolidation mode for probably 2 or 3 hours. It was definitely a long lunch yesterday. So we did clear up those equal highs. It's kind of what we were talking about down here. We just had to wait it out. But unfortunately, I didn't have my strategy set up correctly. And so we lost out on some points. So we're slowly but surely pushing up to that 234 on the ES. So if you're just kind of first time watching me, I usually take most of my trades based off on what the ES is doing because at least 80-90% of the time the NASDAQ is following the ES. So you could watch the ES. If it's hesitating or pulling back, you're going to see the NASDAQ just kind of all over the place. Uh-oh. Uh, got a little gap here. Oh, I think this gap is still good. I've been trying to involve this cloud a little bit more into our strategy. I'd started just kind of using it today, just kind of going back and looking at the cloud and the candles. So what I would be looking for here is I would wait for your to pull back below the green. As long as it's still green, then when it pushes back into the green and prints a candle on the other side, get long. But I haven't had opportunity to do it yet today. Mm. So we did get down on our eval this morning a little bit. Uh, there's this one guy that comes into this lobby that he posted in our Discord to kind of like what he takes as far as trades, and he'll just take a whole bunch of trades back to back to back to back, and that's pretty much what I did off stream a while ago, just kind of playing around with it. For some reason I was thinking that stayed up there when you. Definitely not a lot to do right here. We're just pretty much just chopping along. Maybe we'll just continue trending up. This way we can maybe look into the next pullback. We also have this nice little news indicator on here that kind of reminds us about the news later. Let's see. If anybody's interested in some of these indicators, We haven't taken any trades with the funded account today. The only thing we've taken a trade today on is our eval, and we're up 232. Damn, a 40 point with a mini. Yeah, I saw you. I heard you say 40 points, but I didn't know it was with a mini. And that was on your funded accounts? Oh, both. Sweet. Damn. That's a big ass copy trade there. Oh, dude, 5 points still? I mean, that's still $100. Wow. Might be a nice little, like I was saying, just pull back, move higher, pull back, move higher. We are making higher highs. Kind of got our channel right here. And it could be one of these deals where we're just kind of grinding for the next couple hours. What do you think? It's short. Ooh, look at there. That was nice. The trend held. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're pretty much at the boring part of the day. So usually we will get a move about 10:30, and that's the London market closing. Ooh, the grind. I kind of feel like we're going to be grinding until 12 o'clock today, or 1 o'clock if you're on Eastern time. Oh, so if you're just joining us, it's been pretty slow for the last what since 9:40. We've been just kind of grinding higher and higher, kind of stuck in this channel. Damn. Ooh. Uh, Definitely no setup for us at the moment. We're just basically watching boring price action. So that gap did hell. That was the gap it pulled back, filled in to move higher. Let's see here. I mean, could possibly take a long here for a move back up. We can keep our risk low and only have a couple micros on. We still got about 3 handles on the ES up to 4. We got the pivot sitting at the 34 on the pivot, and we also got the session high sitting at the 33s. Well, guys, there's really not a lot to do here. I may look in for a nice little long right here if we get above this. But if you do join in this long, it's probably going to be grindy because we don't really have any good volume right now. So if you jump in it, I mean, you could literally be sitting here for 5 minutes to waiting to reach your profit targets. And I don't know about you guys, but I hate holding trades. I kind of want to just jump in, get out, get my profit, and wait on the next setup. So we've taken about 4 trades this morning on this eval. The first one was a winner. The second one was a loser. The third one, I kind of use this one guy that's usually in here called Crypto Panda, where you just keep buying into the trade. And that's how I got most of my profit here. Then the fourth trade we won. So we did take 1 L this morning. And I knew it was a high risk trade when I jumped in. Woo, the grind, guys, the grind. I probably feel more comfortable taking a long here than I would a short. I feel like we just needed a little pullback on the ES to move higher. If you're just joining in, how was your trading today? Are you having pretty good luck trading? If you guys are looking for a move with a little bit more volatility, we'll probably have to wait till the 1 o'clock hour. Ooh. Like I said once before, if you're looking at this long, there's just not a lot of volume. So if you do jump in this trade, it'll just pretty much a grind probably to your profit target, and that's if it makes it. Because you really don't have a lot of room until your next swing. Let's see. Let me find your next swing. Yeah. That's right there. Because you're supposed to go to break even, and that's your next swing. And it looks like you won't be able to probably jump in until 25 to 30. So you'll be pretty much at that swing. So that's kind of what would make that a high risk trade. So let's just see if this is a fail or pass. Still like to know, you know what I'm saying? Just so you would already supposed to be at break even here. And so you have to wait for this candle to print before you're even allowed to enter. So once this hits 0, I usually wait to make sure we get some green, and I would enter. But just the fact we're at that internal swing here, I'm not going to take it. I mean, as you can see, it's just a battle to get through it. It's not like a nice quick trade. You'll just have to sit through some stuff if if you do take trades like this. And we also didn't have any break of structure here either. All right. So let's see. So that would have been a winner for me. So I'd usually take most of my contracts off at 20 ticks, and I leave a runner for the other, and it would have been stopped out. So I would at least got about $60 or $70 off that trade. Higher lows and a nicer long. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Even if you did join it, it was going to put you through a little bit. If the ES can bust through the session highs, we should have a pretty good explosion. How's your trading going today, Kurt? I've traded multiple strategies this morning. I've taken several of these inversion trades, but off to the side, I did a little bit of crypto panda trading where I was buying in multiple contracts where we kind of buy into the trade, where you just kind of hit the buy button over and over and over and over. I probably hit it 10 times. All right, so this swift pushback down was the London close. It's 10:30 or 11:30. You said your trades are going good today, Kurt. Well, at least it offered a little bit of movement. We've been just pretty much grinding up and we've been grinding all morning, just higher and higher. I mean, if you're someone who likes to do trend line breaks where we pull back three handles buy, pull back three handles buy, you had multiple opportunities there, and here. Yeah, I've had a good morning on my eval. I haven't traded my funded account yet. We're down about 175 on it. So I was hoping between today and tomorrow we could get some back, but I don't even know if I'm gonna take any trades today on it. So right now we're just kind of working on to get our second top step count to the funded level. We still need about 707 what 770. Where's the one? Uh oh yeah, this one. This is the one that we spent I guess most of April trading. Then I bought one to go boys on the table one on one of the news plays a while back. Do you plan on taking any trades during the 3-star news today at 1? Oh. Methodical man tried to get another long. There's no volume. Put some water on those hands. Man, I'm not gonna lie. The last 2 days of trading have been hard to watch price action from like 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Like there's just no movement. It's just choppy. Either you're grinding higher, grinding lower, or grinding sideways. You gotta sneeze. Oh man. Thank you guys for joining us today. If you're just joining us now, later in the day, it's pretty choppy, pretty slow. There's really not a lot to do. We're just pretty much sitting here watching grind sideways price action. I'm pretty sure we're not going to really get any good moves until after the 12 o'clock hour. After we got a 30-year note bond auction coming out at 1 o'clock. Maybe do a little risky low here. On the 1 minute. Oh, it's pushing down way too far. Let's see what we're going to get here. We need to break below this swing on the ES over here, the 28s or 27s. Come on, let's get a pullback. A little bit of pullback. Might be high risk if we take it. If we do jump in this, we only have 2 micros on the table, which I just noticed we have lower highs here. Or higher lows, excuse me. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a little bit off this trade. All right, there's the first target. All right, so now we only really have 1 micro on the table. So it'll probably be a break-even trade. We got 5, lost 4. Oh, never mind, maybe. Come on. Just a little pullback. Dun, 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 dun. Had the money spot. I'm kind of worried because we've been pretty much been making higher lows, so I don't know if we're gonna get back down any lower. right, so this is probably going to break even us. Hmm. It's like, there we go. Goodness, that's a little volume right there.
Order filled.
Not a lot of money involved. It's just a winter trade, is all that was. So we only picked up maybe what $30, $40 off that trade, or not even. Well, actually $25 off that trade because we only had 2 micros. So that puts us up right at 246 for the day. And I did take another winter trade on my not eval, but the sim account earlier, which that's about the normal profit that we're looking for, is usually between $70 to $100. That was a nice little short. So here's the swing I was looking for us to get below here on the ES. A lot of times if we cross these swings, we usually get a little bit of force movement down. So we should move lower. That was probably a pullback before we move lower. Yeah. So nice. Nice little sell. So that last trade, if I'm not sure if anybody here trades inversion gaps, was a winner. It also was a little bit on the risky side because we're at the internal swing so early. But I was just kind of watching the ES, and the ES looks like it was ready to push a little lower. So most of my trades, I always trade the NASDAQ off of the ES. So usually I kind of watch the ES to see what it's doing before I take my trades on the NASDAQ. I'm not sure how many more available trades it's going to offer until that 1 o'clock hour. We have a 30-year note, which is 3 Star News coming out. And we also have a Fed speaker, I think, right after that. Go all in. All right. Got equal highs back up here, so might push back up here to take care of those. Um, might have a gap on the 3-minute too. That we, yep, a little gap right there on the 3-minute. The only thing that makes this gap a bad trade is it's at the top of the leg. So I personally wouldn't trade that. These gaps aren't valid. It does not say that we won't come back and fill them in. It's just that we have multiple gaps on the way up. So we have one here, a little one here, and a much bigger one here. We do have a big 5-minute gap here. We do have a little bitty one right here, but I don't think I'm gonna count that. That's just super tiny. And this one's on the 5-minute. This one was on the 1-minute. Or was that the 3-minute? Oh shoot, I can't remember. I think it was the 3-minute. I have to go back and check that real quick. Yep, 3-minute. Gosh. So the reason I label these with a time on it is because the rule is if you're going to take these failed inversion gaps, you have to take it on that time zone. Not zone, but that time frame. We'll have to just see what this spring is. I feel like we're about to get into uh, choppy time for the next hour. So, how's everybody's trading going today? Were you able to find a couple, at least a couple of successful trades? Oh, my goodness. My daughter gave me a head cold. Oof. We don't kiss our daughters on the lip in the South. Nah, that's a negative. No kissing your kids on the lips. Well, unless they're babies, maybe. I don't know. I don't kiss my daughters on the lips. No, I think she gave me a hug cootie or something. She done gave me a hug before she left, and I think she gave me her cooties. Got a nice little 1 minute right there that we can possibly look into if we can bounce off of this 5 minute gap here. So this is a possible long setup. The only thing that's bad about it right now is we don't have a lot of volume. Oh. A little bit of consolidation right here, maybe for the move higher is what we like to see. Maybe draw you a little trend line. We got another pivot sitting at the 22 on the ES, so we should see a bounce right here. Um, let's see. See where we get the bounce off the Fibonacci. I don't use the Fibonacci a lot, but I think the line in the sand for the pullback is usually around the 60%. And should look for a move back up. Because we're also sitting at the pivot on this ES over here. So this is also kind of a setup I've been kind of wanting to take just to try it, even though it is happen to be on top of the fair value gap here. So we pull back through the cloud and we trade back up through it. And once we print a candle on this side, we get long. Oh, goodness. Oh. All right. Finally broke through the pivot. The next line in the sand is going to be your 200. Or VWAP. Is that the VWAP line? Maybe the blue line is my VWAP. I'm sorry about that. The VWAP is the... I'll have to look it up real quick. I can't remember. I forgot on this chart. No, the red is my VWAP. Yeah, it has a pretty big wick. Yeah, so this would be your premium buy down here. Thanks for joining us today. We're just being patient, waiting on our next setup. We're kind of looking for longs right here, not really looking for any shorts. Trying to delete some emails over here. Oh my goodness. So you can kind of see where we find support. You know, we kind of scrunch up our charts a little bit. You can see that we kind of bounced off this area a lot earlier this morning. So we hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before we, finally broke through. The battle is for real at the moment. Golly. I should have took Dayquil or something today and probably feel up better. We're going to at least try to make it till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock today. We kind of like to see what the numbers offers during the news today. So the only setup I'm looking for right now is going to be a long. Oh. And this may be our last trade we take on our eval today. Oh, I gave you cash value earlier. We're actually at 663, so we're not quite over the $700 for net. Or maybe we can do it where we add to it. Oh my goodness. What you nice jobbing over there, methodical man? What compliment are you giving? Us being up unfortunately we had to venture outside of our normal strategy to get some of our profits back. But that's okay. I eventually wouldn't mind getting comfortable to take that type of trade on the funded account. But we hadn't got there yet. Maybe one of these days. Winner, winner, baby. Winner, winner. So it looks like that pivot's holding for us, and we're pushing up. Maybe we'll jump in and put our stop loss right here below here. We only got 2 micros, so let's just, we're just going to do it anyway. We'll just put our order back at the bottom of this gap since it seems to be holding. And we're only using 2 micros, so we don't have a lot on the line here. So it's at 75. What was that? 84. So for not quite 10 handle, it's just 9. So it might be out $20. And we took this because we were holding down here, so we thought we'd take a stab at it. We need to get above this 200 for us to continue higher. If we can't get above this 200, we may have to close it a little early. We'll just see what happens. At least we'll get the first one off there. We only need. Come on. Let's get on through there. I mean, we can go to break even and just call this a free trade. Not a big deal either. How about we do that? We'll just say, hey, it's a free trade. See what happens. All right, that's one contract off. We'll move it up a little bit so we don't completely lose all of our profits. We'll just put it at the bottom of that candle. I kind of put it inside that fair value gap just because most of the time we kind of go back and fill in these gaps. Oh, lost a little bit of that momentum that we had earlier. If we can get this one, this should put us over $700 on this eval. We're at 694. I don't know if this shows our profits as it go up or not. What? I'm not positive. Excuse me. Oh, man. Sorry about that. Just feeling yucky at the moment. All right, we'll move this right there to the 200. Oh, man.
Stop filled.
Ah, came back and got us. We still missed our $700 mark by 15 bucks. That's all right. Oh yeah, we're not really making a lot of money off these trades, man. These are just more or less. We are taking them on our eval, but I've already got a good green day, and there's no reason to put a lot of risk on the table. So it's just, I think when you make your $200 or $300 in one day, just scale down. Just try to just pick it. Get $20, $30, $40 right here just to add to it. Or if you do lose, risk maybe 20 bucks to make 40 bucks or, something similar. I kind of want to take a long above this this green cloud here is what I'd like to do. Unless we start turning red. I mean, and it may be, you got to think we had a huge gap in this cloud. Let's see what the ES is doing. Yeah. ES looks pretty good right now. It's a little choppy, but we'll see what happens right here. If we can print above this, we may try to go long again for this cloud setup. And I'm not sure if this is going to work. I've been just kind of wanting to try it out. Yeah, we're going to jump in. We're going to take this one all the way up to here. Like I said, I'm not sure if these are going to work out. I've been just kind of going back looking at this cloud, and a lot of times whenever we dip below the cloud and come back up through the cloud, most of the times it'll have a nice little runner. I should have done this on my sim account. I shouldn't have done it on eval, but we did. Oh, we'll get for 10. Mm. So hopefully that was just a nice little pullback before us to move higher. Let's just see what happens. Once we hit our first target, we'll go to break even, be a free trade, but we have to hit our first stop first. Come on. Gonna have to get some diamonds printed on my hands. So win or loss, this will be our last trade on our eval for the day. And we'll just kind of move over to a sim account after this. So what do we got? About 12, 13 handles of profit. I mean, not profit, but drawdown. So ooh, there it goes. All right. So that move right there cost us $40. We got a little bit greedy there. That's all right. We're still up 220 for the day. So that's going to be our last trade for our eval for the day because we don't want to risk any more of our profits. We're just going to hold on to our 220. So if you're probably continue watching me now, I'll probably just maybe trade on my sim account for the rest of the day.
Order filled.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Target
Ah,
filled. Order filled.
we'll add to it.
Order filled. Order fill. Order fill. Order fill. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Target filled.
Excuse me.
Order filled. 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 Order filled.
Kind of got a swing sitting up there.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Oh, come on.
Target filled.
Basically, what I'm doing, I'm sitting here just buying into the trades. So I guess this was kind of the setup we were looking for earlier. We just happened to have to pull back first. If we can get above this 27 on the ES, we should start moving higher. That's the next set of swings. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, we could be barcoding for a little bit. We got about 30 minutes before the restart news that comes out. Oh, goodness. Just trying to hold off to see what kind of price action we get for the 12 o'clock hour. Or 1 o'clock hour, excuse me. All right, so we're breaking that trend. So if we get above that, we're going higher. See, we got a swing right here. This is where we're getting stopped at. If we get through that swing, we should continue higher. As you can see, we're up. What we were at 68. Now we're at $340 on that sim account by just buying into the order. Like I said, that's just something we've been trying. I don't know how it would work as far as our eval goes. You know, it seems like everything works on your sim, and you try it on your eval, and the shit doesn't work. Yeah, we got the bond auction today. Should see a little bit delay on the bond auction. It was yesterday. It usually happens 1 to 2 minutes after the market opens. Unfortunately, we made most of our money on our sim account just because that's the way it goes. For our eval, we're up 220. And for our funded account, we did not take any trades, but we are down, I want to say around 175 on it. And that's from earlier this week. We just haven't traded it today. We'll probably just be trading till a little after 1 o'clock today. We're just kind of waiting for the bond auction to happen to see what kind of price action we get. Ooh, look at that little bit of pullback there. About a what, 10 handle, 15 pullback. All right. Looks like that gap, I mean, that one thing held.
Order filled. 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 Target filled.
Mhm.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, so we're at 460. All right, let's see what happened with this candle.
Order filled.
Kind of waiting to see if we get a printed candle right here. Running into a little bit of consolidation right here. Oh, it wants to come back and get us. We still got about 20 minutes before that news play comes out. We only have 2 micros in this trade. We're going to try to add to it if we can see it move up. Come on. Struggling. There it goes. Let's add to it real quick. We don't.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right. We hit a little bit of wall.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Target filled. Order filled. Order filled. Target filled.
All right. I feel like we want to push up to the 215s, 220s. Well, back in on a pullback. Let's see. We only got about 15 more minutes before we have a news play.
Order filled.
We're back in again with just 2 micros.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Target filled.
There we go.
Order filled. Order. Target filled.
Just a little bit of grind. Heck yeah. Look at it, just grind, move up, grind, move up, grind, move up. That's pretty much all we have at the moment. So we've just been kind of messing around with this, where we've just been buying into the trades as it pulls back. And so far we're at 586. Like I said, I don't know how well that's going to work on my eval, but we may give it a try tomorrow. Mhm. See if we can get it moved back up.
Order filled.
Let's see if we get it moved back down. We'll see what this next candle does. If this next candle prints green, we'll probably exit this trade. We'll see if this gap's going to hold or if we're going to push back through. All right. We didn't lose much. We're still at 560. All right. Let's see.
Order filled. 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 Order filled.
Here we go. We're getting ready. Still got about 9 minutes before the news comes out.
Order filled.
Oh, come on.
Order filled.
See if we can.
Target filled.
Man, this thing's been grinding. We just got one micro left on this right now. We might just grind for the next 10 minutes until that 30 note bond auction comes out.
Order filled. Order filled. Order target filled.
All right. So there's the burst we were looking for. So right now we're up 629 from $68, just kind of scalping. So looks like we have about 5 minutes before the bond auction, and that's probably going to be the end of my day there. We just kind of wanted to stick around and just see what that had to offer. Like to give everybody a big thanks for joining us today. All in. Gaza's protesters could be sent to Gaza. I seriously doubt any of those guys wants to go to war. Most of those guys have probably never even fired a gun. Well, there's the breakout we were kind of waiting on. It's been just grinding. There it goes. Well, let's see here. Been running a little crypto panda over here, trying to buy into the moves. There ain't no telling how many trades I've taken. At least 60. I've hit the mouse probably 60 times over the last 5 or 10 minutes. Laughter, did you get one of those free resets today that Top Step was offering? Mm. Next 2 weeks, 2 evals will reset for $9. That's not bad at all. Let's see. Where's a All right, guys, we got less than 2 minutes before the 3-star 30-year bond notes release. You're sharpening my trading sword now. So we were scalping these micros a while ago, where we kind of buy back into the trades, and so far we've done $600 doing that. This eval we're up 220. We didn't trade the funded account today. We just kind of left it. We're still at about a negative $175. So we just kind of let it sit into the side. And we'll either take trades tomorrow or we'll start Monday. Yeah, Top Step had free resets this morning. I don't know if I'd be holding through the news. Ooh. This morning was all profit. Good deal, Lapta. Oh my goodness. Ah. All right, so usually with the bond auction, it usually takes about 2 minutes before you get a reaction in the market. So we're looking for 102. So in this next minute, yeah, the 30 bond auction's on the screen. So we should get some sharp movement between now and 1202. Oh goodness. To the moon. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. There it goes. Boom. To the moon. Yep. Hit the top of that gap. We'll probably push on up here to the 40s. Oh, Methodical Man's over there talking to the charts. All right, good deal. So today was a pretty good day trading. No complaints. It was definitely a lot better than Monday. Monday was pretty rough. Now we're probably going to get that move up to the highs. Moved up, pushed down, then I would, at least that's what I would think we would do. All right, guys, we will definitely see you guys tomorrow. I'm feeling a little under the weather today, so we're just going to kind of just go chill and hang out for a little bit. So I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by and chatting for a little bit, or just to say, what's up? Thank you guys for watching.